Which of the following pieces of information is not contained in process control block? PCB. A. CPU registers. B. Memory management information. C. Process state. D. Program counter. A. Number and size of pages. The correct answer is A. Number and size of pages. Blank, underscore, blank. Explanation. A process control block, PCB, is a data structure used by the operating system, OS, to store important information about a process. The PCB helps the OS manage and control processes. Contents of a PCB. 1. A. CPU registers. The PCB stores the values of all CPU registers so that a process can be resumed correctly after being paused. Context switch. 2. B. Memory management information. The PCB contains memory-related details such as base and limit registers, segment tables, or page tables, if using paging. 3. C. Process state. The PCB tracks the current state of the process. New, ready, running, waiting, terminated. 4. D. Program counter. The program counter, PC, stores the address of the next instruction to be executed. 2. The blocking factor of a file is A. The number of blocks accessible to a file. B. The number of blocks allocated to a file. C. The number of logical records in one physical record. D. None of the above. The correct answer is check mark. C. The number of logical records in one physical record. Blank, underscore, blank. Explanation. Blocking factor is a term used in file organization and storage management. It refers to the number of logical records stored within a single physical record or block. Logical record, the smallest unit of data processed by a program, e.g., a single row in a database. Physical record, block, a chunk of data stored on disk. Why is C correct? A blocking factor determines how many logical records are grouped together into one physical block. This helps in reducing disk I/O operations by reading and writing multiple records at once. Blank, underscore, blank. Why other options are incorrect? A. The number of blocks accessible to a file cross mark. Oh, this is not related to the blocking factor. It refers to file accessibility. B. The number of blocks allocated to a file cross mark. Oh, this refers to disk space allocation, not how logical records are stored within a block. D. None of the above cross mark. Oh, since option C is correct, this is incorrect. 3. The Banker's algorithm is used. A. To detect deadlock in operating system. B. To prevent deadlock in operating system. C. To rectify a deadlocked state. D. None of the above. The correct answer is check mark. B. To prevent deadlock in operating system. Blank, underscore, blank. Explanation. The Banker's algorithm is a deadlock avoidance algorithm used in operating systems. It ensures that the system never enters an unsafe state where deadlock might occur. How does Banker's algorithm work? It is based on the concept of a banker who grants resources only if it ensures a safe state. It checks whether granting a resource to a process keeps the system in a safe state. If granting the resource leads to an unsafe state, the request is denied temporarily. Blank, underscore, blank. Why is B correct? Check mark. B. To prevent deadlock in operating system. The Banker's algorithm prevents deadlock by not allowing the system to enter an unsafe state. Blank, underscore, blank. Why other options are incorrect? A. To detect deadlock in operating system crossmark. O. Deadlock detection algorithms, like wait for graph, detect deadlocks after they occur. O. The banker's algorithm does not detect deadlocks. It prevents them. C. To rectify a deadlocked state crossmark. O. The algorithm does not resolve a deadlock once it occurs. Instead, deadlock recovery methods, like process termination or resource preemption, are used. D. None of the above crossmark. O. Since option B is correct, this is incorrect. 4. Interval between the time of submission and completion of the job is called A. Waiting time, B. Turnaround time, C. Response time, D. Throughput. The correct answer is check mark B. Turnaround time, blank, underscore, blank. Explanation. Turnaround time, TAT, is the total time taken from the submission of a job to the completion of the job. Turnaround time equals completion time minus submission time. It includes check mark waiting time, time spent in the queue, check mark execution time, time taken by the CPU, blank, underscore, blank. Why other options are incorrect? A. Waiting time crossmark. O. This refers to the total time a process spends waiting in the ready queue before getting CPU time. O. Formula. Waiting time equals turnaround time minus execution time. C. Response time crossmark. O. It is the time from submission of a job to the first response by the CPU. O. Important in interactive systems. D. Throughput crossmark. O. It refers to the number of jobs completed per unit time, not the time taken for a single job. 5. Which is the place in a computer where the operating system, application programs, and data in current use are kept so that they can be quickly reached by the computers? A. Access control list. B. Microprocessor. C. Random access memory. D. System tray. The correct answer is check mark C. Random access memory, RAM, blank, underscore, blank. Explanation. Random access memory, RAM, is the place in a computer where the operating system, OS, application programs, and data currently in use are stored temporarily so that the CPU can access them quickly. Since RAM provides fast, volatile storage, all active processes and running programs are loaded into it. Blank, underscore, blank. Why other options are incorrect? A. Access control list, ACL, crossmark. OACL is a security mechanism that controls who can access files or resources, but it is not used for storing data. B. Microprocessor crossmark. A microprocessor, CPU, is the processing unit that executes instructions, but it does not store data permanently or temporarily. D. System tray crossmark. The system tray is part of the graphical user interface, GUI, in Windows, Linux, used to display background applications and notifications.